go. Uh, hmm. 'Em. We liveth. Man chat.
What did you just do?
Old roster. What is Lucian's? Lucian. 1810. Hmm. 1810. Um. Oh wait. Are temp keys causing this? It's crunchy. You could hear that. It's 10 in the morning and I'm eating a burger with onions. August 2nd, 2025. 20th or 9th. Actually, we can check who issued keys. Log time. You get it from Burger Shot? It might as well have been. Hmm. 1810. Mm-hmm. 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 Added to job by 1307. Sky. And then removed. What's the timestamp of his removal? Be 11.
What's up, Chief?
Good morning, Carmine. How you doing?
Good morning.
Um, real quick, I saw the Lucian Evo report. I'm gonna revoke it because I figured out what happened.
Oh, was it like a tech thing?
Sort of, kinda. So he was, obviously let go or whatever. The note from the other one. What ended up happening was, I believe he was given a set of keys because he was on duty August 2nd, 2025. And he was then removed August 3rd, like an hour later. And I'm assuming that temporary set of keys issued him a weapons license.
Oh, I see.
And unfortunately, we have no means of preventing that because it happens automatically, but also not every time. So
I hate you.
Why?
I was looking forward to giving Ruby shit about this, and you ruined that from me. You took this from me.
I didn't take it from you.
Up to Ruby, and I was gonna say, "Hey, Ruby, looks like you made a big clerical error here, really bad. That could be a and you just fucking you took that from me."
Oh, poor Carmine. Poor Carmine. You have access to command chat, right? Right, Carmine? Carmine? Carmine, are you good?
I might lead you square.
Thanks. Carmine status check?
Carmine's on channel 2.
A firm.
Road. Alright, I'll go get a V-Star.
Cuffs.
I don't think we put her in cuffs.
Carmine status check?
Ocean King was someone that we knocked out, just got up like fucking the Undertaker and just stole a cop car. It was crazy.
I'm on the back of the Premier League, Snowson's Safe and Snorer Road.
Oh, anyways.
70 secondary. I'll switch cars once.
Huh?
Why? What is that noise?
Phone guy, phone guy. You spoke with Bison? Nivius, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate it. Ricky, thank you for the 76 months. Appreciate that. Hope y'all are doing well. All right. let's do this. Solution. Solution. Then on your profile was done. Okay, covered there. Okay. And you know what's funny? I don't know if it's saved, but when I was originally writing this, I was going to reference Cassandra Cage. Oh. Well, we didn't save it, so. You know what? Maybe it's MDT cleanup day. What is this song? Now we're going to song radio off of this and go from there. It's likely going to be an office day. Holy fuck, can I please use the right Chrome tab? Perfect. Command chat. So for context, the reason I bring up command chat is because I pulled pretty much the entire history of anyone who has signed into PD, their last sign-in date, and anyone who's been removed. So I suspect anyone who's been issued temporary keys has a weapons license from PD. if there's no record of the weapons license being issued, the PD one. Yeah. This is messy. Not gonna lie. Fuck it. Insert checkbox. Yeah. Tiny, it's weird though because I don't know if it's issued like only when they access the armory because we had specifically given Eve keys. We waited post restart and she never ended up getting weapons license. All right. Here's a reality chat. There are 300, no, actually 400 people exactly. We're going to have to check. You know what? I'm going to make it a little easier on me. We go back to Lucian. Column to the right. Delete. Intended, issued with actually yeah, so Tiny, I was trying to figure out what prompted that because again, I issued it to Eve Summers so we could test it and she never ended up getting the license. And we waited for a restart too. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. It's cleanup time. I prefer doing it. I don't know why. I prefer doing it on a second tab. They don't even have a profile. Not applicable. Unicorn. Removed from PD. Yeah, their last sign-in date was January 26th, but it was only revoked. Removal happened in July, so there was definitely an additional one. Weapons license. We're good. Shout out to Ruby. 2 weapons licenses. Oh. Well, I don't know which is which. January 30th was their removal, and it's definitely looking like... Oh, gosh. I could pull dates people were high. Oh, that's going to get messy. No longer hired a PD. 30th. Okay, the one we issued... This is actually good. Theirs is fine. Resigned. Please tell me I don't have to save. No, we're good. We're going to be doing this a few hundred times, chat. Clerical error. They were never issued one. Means yoink. Iris, I miss Iris. Iris, come back. Another clerical error. You know, this would be awkward if they're DOC. I guess we can verify. July 16th is when this was removed. I don't know when it was issued. Out of an abundance of caution. Do 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 do. I'm only like 25 profiles in. Jay Marshall. Oh. This could be really awkward. Are there any marshals around? No. Awkward. I hope all marshals are tagged as such. Although he's good. Ah, yes, the double weapons license. Let's just double check. LSPD keys removed. And all these other ones, Ruby has taken it. Let's see. February 29th, 2024 was their last sign-on. I mean, there's nothing issued. Fuck it. You know what? Discord. PD, DOC, DOJ, SASM. At DOC command at SASM. Actually, this will mostly affect DOC. Currently going through our records and removing weapons licenses. Unfortunately, gosh, let me move this to my main monitor. Unfortunately, there's no way to determine which department issued weapons license. Should any of your actively employed individuals have their licenses revoked in error. Let me know. There. Really going through records and removing weapons license from individuals who are issued them by PD. There's no way to determine which department issued the weapons license. Okay. Now we go back. Ah, yes. The try license. For the beta testing program. Well, he gets to keep one. Ah, Rooker. Dead. Dead. Rooker T. He didn't even get smoked. He got steeped. Ah, no profile. No profile. All right, dead man. I think. San Andreas. I don't know what that means. And dispatch don't need weapons license anyways. Oh. Nicholas Simone doesn't even have a weapons license. I love when it shows that they don't have a weapons license. Mm-hmm. 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 We will revoke a weapons license. Issued. Ah, yes. The tri-weapons license. He had this for... Oh, no. Pretty sure Judge Stuff also issued... He was issued a weapons license, so... There... Weapons license issued. There should only be one. Weapons license... Mm-hmm. Alan Crane. Weapons license issued. Might be a while, chat. Civilians weapons license. Where? 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 I don't see it. Despite claims of a civilian weapons license. Oh, wait. We're gonna have to speak to a clerk.
Vince Payne, County Clerk.
Hey, Vince. Chief Police Matt Rhodes here. How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, I have a random question. I'm gonna run a hypothetical by you. Actually, let me just verify. Can county clerks issue weapons licenses?
Yes, we can. That's pretty much the only thing we do now.
Okay. If someone were to approach you and say, I have a PD weapons license on my profile, but I want a civilian weapons license, you guys still issue a weapons license, correct?
No, usually we would just add a note on their profile and just not. If there's already one on there, we would just leave the one that's on there.
Ooh, that creates a problem. Creates
Why
a
is
problem because the PD one is issued like on the back end, and there's no log of it. So essentially, I'm looking at someone's profile. If you want to pull it up right now, 2740, Octavia Knox, and in this profile it states civilian's weapons license, right? And you can see the weapons license, but can you see the logs for weapons licenses?
Yes, I can. I see there's nothing there.
Exactly. Which creates a problem because that implies that they never got a civilian weapons license, if that makes sense.
And this is even more annoying because normally if I were to note on somebody's profile that I give them a weapons license,
You would
I would
say who
put
you
my
are.
name as well. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you'd be able to ask this person if they did this. Maybe moving forward, we should remove the PD one and just add a new one. I don't know.
No. So the
Or do we
PD
just
one
add a second
can't
one?
be. Yes, the second one makes the most sense, and here's why. As long as it's documented on their profile that it was issued, like if you look at, I mean, do you have a civilian weapons license?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
If you take a look at yours, you'll see that Bjorn was the one who issued you yours, right? And it's timestamped the March 4th of 2024. If I see 2 weapons licenses and only 1 weapons license granted, I know that one of them is the civilian weapons license. And it doesn't matter which one we technically remove, because it's just a visual indicator. However, because in the case of the person I just mentioned, 2740, there's no issuing log, I'm not exactly going to have another choice but to revoke it. And the reason I'm revoking it is because I'm going back pretty much since the start of this police department, because even if people were issued a temporary set of keys, on the back end, they were issued a weapons license, but there's no log for it.
Eesh.
So I'm trying to clean up that mess right now.
Oh,
And
no.
but this is the first one of the first. This is now the 57th profile, the first one where they actually have a civilian weapons license, but it's not issued.
I would especially say if there's no county clerk who's put their name there, I would probably remove it too.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Procedurally, who's in charge of like how the weapons licenses are issued? Because
Right now, I would say it's Rowan.
Rowan who?
Rowan Cockle or I guess Brittany Angel above him. He's the head clerk.
Oh, got it. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize it was. Never mind. Let me take a look at his. Yeah. Okay, I will speak. I will speak with him and try to get to the bottom of this.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, this sounds like quite the headache you're dealing with. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, I have 400 profiles to look at.
Oh, all right, good luck.
Of just removed people. Okay, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we'll skip over this one for now. Hey, Mouse.
Hi, Rhodes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Do you have time to talk?
Yeah. I'm in the office. It's gonna be an office day for me because I have 400 fired people to look at.
What does that mean?
Do you know how when we hire people on the back end of the MDT, they get a weapons license?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of people haven't realized that, and those weapons licenses haven't been revoked. So I'm going through,
Yeah,
and of the...
remember that being an issue, like, a few times.
Yes. So, yesterday, I had pulled all of our back-end stuff pretty much since the start of time of this police department, compared the last time that an individual has signed in, their rank at the time, and whether or not they've been removed. An overwhelming majority of them have a PD-issued weapons license, and then it gets messier because I just spoke with a county clerk who told me if they have a weapons license from PD, they don't issue a second one when they go for their civilian one, which is an issue because there isn't a log.
But they note it on their MDT profile.
Yeah, look at 2740. And when you look at 2740, you'll see the most lackluster documentation: civilian's weapons license, not issued by anyone, nothing. And when you view log, and this is the important bit, it wasn't issued, and it needs to be issued so that there is a log, because the PD backend one will never produce a log. So as far as I'm aware, when I look at this, they essentially don't have a weapons license. If they already have one, the county clerk should be issuing a second one so that there's a timestamp like, this is their civilian weapons license. And by the way, it generates a log if we remove the one that there's no log for issuing.
So I agree with what you're saying, but I will say that I remember dealing with this, and I remember it was never brought up that they could issue a second weapons license. It was always just like, if they already have a weapons license, they note it on their MDT profile. Obviously better than whoever did this for Octavia, but I was under the impression that there is only ever one weapons license, but if they have both, then it's just noted on their profile. I will be honest with you, I didn't know you could put it on there twice.
Fuck. Hold on, let me call Vince. One moment.
Or at least I'm thinking this is what other people thought as well, because I don't know why I would think this if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this was like
You're not
a
wrong,
point of
because when
issue
Eve
for a
issued one
while.
at the start of this year, I wasn't issued another one. Give me a second. Let me see if Eve's around.
Yeah, because I remember it was a whole thing. We would tell cadets,
Yeah.
like, yes, you have a PD one, but
But
you
not a
don't
Civ one.
technically have
Yeah.
a civilian. You need to go buy one, and they'll note it on your profile. But it was never mentioned that then they would get a second one. You know, it was just
Yeah. I'm gonna see if it's possible at least.
Vince Payne.
Hey Vince, I have a question. So if you pull up my profile 1303, you'll see at the bottom at the start of this year, I was issued a civilian weapons license by Eve Summers.
Yep.
But because I already had one, she didn't reissue another. Would you be able to attempt to add? Because I want to verify this isn't an issue of clerks being unable to add if one already exists.
Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm looking right now to see if I could possibly add another license. I cannot.
You can't.
I could
Oh,
not possibly
gosh.
add another weapons license if I wanted to, yeah.
Okay. I see the problemo.
Yep, that makes sense. All this makes sense. now.
However, I will say this one is documented way
Much better
differently than the
one.
other.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is a
all right.
properly documented
I see
civilians weapons
the
license.
issue. I see the issue.
Yep.
All right. I will move about my day or go about my day.
Best of luck to you. All right. You have
Thank
a good
you.
one.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm sorry. I feel like I just ruined your day.
No. I'm just gonna have to ensure that their profiles indicate that they have a civilian weapons license, and if they don't, then it's gone. That's pretty much it. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
The what's it called? Kaneshiro court
Yep.
case. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Matt. I don't think this is gonna go well.
Okay.
Every person that I have talked to try to get them to be a witness for this
Wants nothing to do with it.
has adamantly told me I don't want to be involved. Do not call me as a witness. So I've respected that, but I don't have any witnesses other than Sean Daniels. And
I mean, frankly, isn't that all?
What is the point of contention with this case? Why is everybody so? I've never heard of just everybody.
I think there
being-
is a lot of finger pointing internally, in the sense of like, to this day, I have no idea who like actually locked down the properties. What Opal did was like her personal thing, and not like. Put it this way: coincidentally, Opal was formatting her notes or in the exact same formatting as a warrant. But then someone else ended up doing it, I think Aaron. But then something regarding Riker happened. It's real fucking messy. And probably shouldn't have happened. But even when I asked Opal, like, who locked down the properties, she said, I don't know, but it wasn't me.
How much money are they even asking for? Where is that?
Originally, they wanted 15 million. They wanted 5 million per person. And then in
How long were the properties actually locked
less than
down
24
for?
hours.
5 million for 24. That's insane.
I agree. I think we countered with 100K per department per person. So it would have been, I think, 200 grand. I think that was the settlement offer. Just to essentially make this go away. And they said that wouldn't even cover attorney's fees. Let me tell you, Angela getting paid good.
So what I will say is I'm looking through. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid. But probably. I'm looking through the comments. I'm looking through the original post. They never posted how much money they're looking for. Am I wrong? Can you find it? Because I sure as fuck can't find it.
So it's written under the original post. Each plaintiff seeks $5 million
Oh, I see
in
it,
compensatory damages.
They wrote it
Just
out.
not written in numbers, yeah. Though I swear it was. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I don't know. Wait, there's a history.
Okay, that's fine. $5 million.
But in settlement
so-
offers, I think they went down to, it was either 1 or 2 million per person. And also whatever we end up paying is being split 50-50 between both departments.
What I will do for this, the best that I will do. Obviously, I'll argue it. I'll argue that
Right.
everything was done in good faith, that the properties were locked down, that per legislation they can be locked down while a search warrant is written when it was determined that the police department would no longer, move forward with it. The properties were unlocked immediately. No rights were violated. But I will also just try to do, damage control.
Yeah.
And hopefully just get that number down. I don't think there's any way in hell that the DOJ would agree to $5 million per person.
For something so short, yeah, I agree. I will say in the settlement stuff, they did. Oh, I do have notes somewhere. One moment. I took down notes because I wanted to ensure that we covered everything, and they had brought up several rights violations. Give me just a second.
So I had a court case last night for Aaron Bison. He was getting sued by Samantha Sanders.
How'd that go?
It went well. Samantha was initially suing for like $180,000. It was brought down to $2,000. And it was established that people cannot request FOIAs via 311. Like
It can't just be a broad thing. They have to speak to someone specifically.
Yeah, so they can move forward and say, hey, I want to talk to somebody about getting a FOIA. Like that's standard. That's all fine. But they can say, hey, I want my report. This is my name and information. Give me my report. They can't do that through 311. It's not considered formal written communication or like the standard of the DOJ.
That makes sense.
So it was really good actually. They didn't post the verdict and they just closed the case. Do you think I could write on here, even though it's closed, and say, hey, can you guys post the verdict just so that we can reference it in the future? Or do you think I should just reach out?
I think reaching out to the if you don't get a response, then I don't see it being a bad idea to post.
All right, I'll reach out to Norman or Pierce. I just think that would be important to have in writing, because it was a justice who oversaw Pierce, so it is like, precedent setting or whatever.
Yeah, okay. Did you see the Sean McQuillan case?
Mm-mm.
We have to pay $400,000 per instance of failure to notifying him. So $800,000 in total for 2 instances. Despite the fact that they started with 5 and 3 were then deemed as properly notified. Or actually, I lied. There's 5 in total, 2 deemed properly notified. 1 was actually the marshals because Richard was a marshal at the time and they were suing us. And then 2 we couldn't prove, frankly, because some of these things happened like 2+ years ago. And they obviously went delayed, the delayed discovery route.
I saw when I was looking through this. I saw Dominic Rhodes. Was one of these for that shit that
Yes.
happened with
Yep.
him? Was that one that?
Yes, that was one of the instances, and he pretty much put the blame on you and Peters.
I didn't even know that had happened.
Yep. So as a result of that, we're paying $800,000.
Did you look back in like the original? I didn't actually look back in the original docket post. Was that what was it? Was it a subpoena or a search
Yes,
warrant?
this is all. Well, it's all over subpoenas with no notification that they've been subpoenaed.
Was the subpoena ever entered into evidence on the original?
I do not believe so.
I must have not known that existed then, because fuck Dominic Rhodes.
Yeah, I agree. Every time I hear a roads violation, it pisses me the fuck off. Anything I've ever gotten done was never named after me. I London styled someone, and it's now the fucking what's his name? I don't know. It's some common law.
If you had been there when I found out about this shit, I remember that. It was like, I think I was chief for maybe a week or 2 at that point. And this motherfucker is like, he posted the whole way that this was brought up is that there was a question of whether or not it was out of statute. And we were talking about it, and then this son of a bitch says, "Oh yeah, I have a private report with all these statements in it." And I was like, "What the fuck do you mean you have a private report?" And then upon reviewing the private report against the statements that he posted on the docket, it was found that he altered their statements to make it more favor his to favor his argument. And I was like, I have to drop this case. There's no way I can proceed with this. These people definitely murdered this person, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah. And do you want to know the fucked up part? He could have notified Sean McQuillan, and because he was fired, he could just claim to not have, and we're ultimately fucked. And that can continuously happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt.
No, don't apologize. I'm just pissed that the judges have come up with $400,000, not for, is it a rights violation? Yes. However, this isn't the same as me just randomly going through someone's phone, like without a subpoena. That's different. If I had done that, I would 100% agree $400,000 is reasonable, because that's like an egregious violation. But we are talking about someone's rights were suspended as a result of the subpoena. The DOJ cleared that, but the lack of notification is crazy to be valued at $400,000 per person or per instance.
Hopefully that it's crazy that this is still coming up like 2 years later.
Yeah, someone told me Sean McQuillan doesn't have a statute of limitations. And if I'm being frank, I don't give a fuck. I don't care that he doesn't have a statute of limitations. Utilizing that as so everything from before can still be utilized is crazy.
I don't know how this was entertained, honestly. It's 2 years later. Come on. But whatever. Fine, whatever.
I just hate the potential for abuse in all this. Like,
well, it clearly, I mean, it feels like it's being slightly abused right now with all of this, but it is
100%.
What can you do? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I asked the judges, Like, listen, they were asking for $5,000 per day. And because some of these went back 2 years, like, we were in the millions. And again, they started out with 5 instances. 5,000 per day for lack of notification for instances that were over 2 years old. And then the judges said, well, we didn't do it on a per day thing. We decided to go per instance because otherwise the number would have been really high. But I feel like they're not weighing the actual, again, this wasn't a matter of like, we obtained this information without a subpoena, or we went through a person's phone without a subpoena. This was, everything was signed off and they just didn't get notified. Those are way different scenarios. Surely I'm not crazy in thinking that, right?
I'm going to look back at the original. Did I know about this? I don't.
I mean, Dominic through his answers that were asked of both sides in the actual case under the comment section. So you can reference that, but there was specific reference to, I believe, him being fired and then you and Peters or something taking over or something to that extent. Listen, I'm not saying we shouldn't be found liable. That number is stupid high. I think we have a short period of time to file a judicial appeal. I think I'm going to have Opal do it.
15 days.
It's not on the basis of we don't agree that we're liable as much as it is like, I would love a second set of eyes on the amount provided for this. And here's the reality. If Sean McQuillan ends up having to refund us a portion, he's fucked because we guarantee he's in debt. So as soon as our bank accounts work, I'm transferring him $800,000. But if he has to refund, say, $400,000, he might not have that.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember the whole thing.
I mean, it's messy.
Because I remember, like, he was found liable. He was fired, found liable, and then the DOJ basically, because he didn't have the money to pay, the DOJ came to me and said, will you buy back his PD vehicles so he has the money? And I was like, so we're paying for this. Not only did we settle out of this, so that way we didn't have to deal with it, but now I'm paying for roads as well. I was pissed.
Rightfully so.
Anyways, I just wanted, look, there's a lot of money with this Kineshiro case, and I just wanted to set expectations that
Yeah,
this
it is
really
what it
may
is. I'm
go well.
I'm not pressed.
I'll do my best though.
That's all
But
I can ask.
Nobody wants to be involved with this, and I have to respect that as much. I don't know. Maybe
I agree.
shouldn't. Maybe I should be like, you know what? You were involved. You need to be a witness. Get over it. But I didn't go that route because I don't know if somebody doesn't want to.
Well, at the end of the day, all we need is Danielson. He's the one who said, like, he stated DOJ stance. And if they don't agree with that, they can sue the DOJ.
They should have sued the DOJ, frankly, not us, or both of us, but whatever.
But yeah, you're good. I wouldn't worry much about any of this. If we're liable, we're liable. I can almost guarantee there's no shot. I mean, I guess in the Sean McQuillan case, I can now understand why the bare minimum, the mere thought of looking at someone sideways results in a multi-million-dollar court case, is because the judges then try to find a middle ground with some stupid high number, which makes whatever they agree on still be egregiously high.
Yeah.
But again, you're good.
I don't know. It's hard with like court cases because it's just it swings like so far. Like you look at last night, Bison got $2,000 fine, you know, for responding to a 311.
But he got
But
fined
he got
2,000.
fined $2,000 because he did. So the way that the DOJ presented their verdict is they called Samantha Sanders out. They said, you set a trap so that you could sue him, and he fell into that trap. And because he did respond, we have to fine him. Like we have to find him liable for that. But they knew what she was doing, you know?
Did he just respond in a stupid way? Is that what happened?
Basically, she requested over 311. She had an active warrant. She wanted her time, fine, and charges. So she 311 said, "Hey, I'm FOIAing this. Can I get my time for my active warrant? Can I get my time, fine, and charges?" Bison understood that 311 to mean she was FOIAing the entire report. So he said, "It's an active investigation. You can't have it." She said, "Are you denying my FOIA request?" He then responded with the same thing again. Apparently he was going to write something different, but he accidentally responded with the same response. So he just said, "Okay, well, it is what it is." So then, like 20 minutes later, her lawyer, contacted Bison. The FOIA was fulfilled because the lawyer explained, no, it's not for the full report. It's just for the time, fine, and charges. And it was all resolved. But she was suing because of that initial denial over 311. He didn't understand she was just asking for the time, fine, and charges. The way she'd written it, it made it seem like she was asking for the whole report, which we can deny via, legislation. So I don't know. She's annoying is my verdict of that whole thing.
It is what it is. It be what it be. Yeah, don't listen. If we have to pay some large sum of money or whatever, again, it's being split 50-50 between both departments. And I'm not pressed. If the DOJ continue to rule in some crazy manner with these incredibly high values, I'm going to be speaking with Angel. And the reason I'm going to speak with Angel is because, again, just the mere thought of anything involving PD suddenly amounts to crazy amounts in lawsuits over relatively tiny things. And I look at the Sean McQuillan case, and it bothers me that there was no consideration for something like, well, had this been brought to the PD's attention and then been provided the opportunity to resolve it, considering, again, we're talking about something that was over 2 years old in some of these instances. Like, that is crazy. It's absolutely insane. Now, had we have failed to, I mean, obviously we didn't, just as a result of the court case. But, like, again, still very fucking stupid, in my opinion. And I have been going down the route consistently of telling everyone, like, provide the DOJ with grace. There's going to be speed bumps. I consider this a speed bump, and I intend on trying to get it resolved. But if the DOJ continuously goes down this route, that's crazy, frankly. And I even told them, okay, Moss, maybe I shouldn't have said this.
What'd you tell them?
But I told them that they were just providing us a cop-out answer. Because a question was asked, I forget exactly what it was, and in my opinion, a judge cop-out answer is it'll be weighed accordingly. It is such an umbrella, like, cop-out. For any answer you can ask a judge, or, you know, if you provide clarity or something was brought up that shouldn't have been brought up, or frankly, it doesn't matter what it is. If a judge tells you it'll be weighed accordingly, that is quite literally, in my opinion, them telling you, I don't have the answer, and I'm going to pretend to include whatever you just mentioned or asked, but I don't have an answer for you. And if, frankly, you don't have an answer at that time, I don't think you're ever going to have that answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
And I don't know. I don't know, man. That case bothered me.
It's okay. I've had that before. You know, but I think all you can do is just take what you can learn from those situations, and then honestly, you just forget about it. Just forget about it. Leave
Yeah,
it behind you.
I agree.
And move on. There's no point in dwelling on it.
I can't wait to pay Sean McQuillan and it begins paying off his debt to the state.
What do you mean the bank accounts are broken?
For whatever reason, there is something that happened. The Fleeka IT people threw in some additional security measure, and as a result, we cannot pay out from our PD accounts at the moment. In fact, I don't think anyone, including the DOJ, can pay out from their accounts. I haven't checked today. I will swing by the bank, but I'm going to see if I can get him paid. But again, would be funny if he's, you know, $2 million in debt, gets paid $800. It's ruled that it's going to be halved, and he has to pay back money that he doesn't have in his bank account.
That would be funny. All right. Is there anything else you need to talk about? Thank you for talking to me about the...
No, you're good. You're good. Nope. I should be good. I mean, listen, think of how much people are attempting to dodge this case. Again, thank you for taking it because no one else wanted to.
Yeah, it's all right. I just wish there was more I could do, you know?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I, as the chief of police, am not pressed. Now, will I be pressed? Not against you, but the DOJ, if they rule some less than 24-hour lockdown is some stupid amount of money? Abso-fucking-lutely. I will genuinely lose my shit and my faith in the DOJ if we cannot, you know, start coming to reasonable conclusions in these situations. Sorry, I apologize. I know I'm being like semi-antisocial. I have 320 more profiles to look at.
You're fine. Okay, I will. I'll let you get back to that. I just wanted to check in about it because I didn't want to not talk to you before Tuesday, and then you know you'd be like surprised Pikachu if it went bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. Okay,
appreciate you.
Rhodes.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Renewing. What's wrong with the MDT?
Hey, Davenport. How are you?
Nothing?
Good. How are you?
Nothing is wrong?
Good. Nice to see you. It's been a while.
It's not documented here,
What's up? How's life?
but it is documented here, so we're going to leave that alone.
Same stuff, different day.
Yeah, I feel that. I was just talking to Rhodes. I got a court case for like Kinichiro is suing us for locking down
2024.
24
This would have been August.
And every
Okay.
single
So one of them.
that I've asked if they want to be a witness for it that was involved has said absolutely not. Do not call me as a witness. So I was just saying to Rhodes, I was like, this might go
Next.
but it is what it is.
Ah, double weapons license. One of them should be valid. Hold on. Civilian weapons license. What if you got a civilian weapons license before you became a cop? Then it'll show double? Yes. Come on in. What's up?
Question. I had Richard coming to me today asking whether he's been paying for like CIs and stuff. He wanted that would be covered by the budget or not. And I said, I don't know what the deal is there. I would speak to you.
The standardizing that might be a bit difficult. For now, I would say no.
I shall let him know.
Just for now, until things are further clarified, especially with, I'm going to be real, incentivizing CIs by means of like providing money is certainly a bit dangerous, because you could just be getting fed a whole bunch of unnecessary or essentially publicly known information, and we would have no means of like paying someone for that would be stupid. So I'd be hesitant.
You can't document where the money goes, so.
Also true.
That's what I said to Richard. It'd be hard to, because I know everything that I do that gets paid out by whatever has always got where it goes, so. And obviously you couldn't put their name on it because then that information would get out there 100%.
Yeah.
So, all right, no worries. So what is the deal with moving forward with like the food stuff and all that sort of thing and parts, and because I need to buy red bins. Am I good to buy them or not,
so again, right now the account's broken. We can't transfer unless that has been resolved. I haven't been to the bank today. So we can't transfer money and haven't been able to for like the past week.
Okay.
Document everything, obviously. The mayor's office should be reimbursing minimum at a rate of 50%, and the other 50% should be coming from the LSPD. So essentially, we will pay 100% but get reimbursed 50 for stuff like that.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Well, when I spoke to the mayor, she told me just to continue doing that report that I've got. I think it's shared with you as well, where I document all the parts and stuff and bins and stuff, and I buy them.
Yep.
And she was just going to pay out off of that. So,
yeah. Definitely just continue doing that. No issue.
Yeah, I just didn't want to buy them, and I wanted to get the okay from you first. I didn't want to spend money when I shouldn't be, or something like that. So.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. You're good.
But yeah, we're pretty skint on them. So as soon as I can buy some, I shall buy them.
Just a heads up, what I'm doing right now is, I'm not sure if you saw our command channel communication. I'm going through everyone who had ever been removed from PD, and I am removing weapons licenses. A lot of people don't realize when you join PD, you are issued a weapons license, or when you're given keys, you're issued a weapons license. What happens is sometimes people have been issued a temporary set of keys.
And it gives them the weapons license.
Correct. And so I'm going back and I have to do this mental check of, were they ever issued a civilian one? Is it even documented on their profile? If there's nothing and it's just the PD one, removed. And I'm looking at 400 profiles. But what was your next question? Sorry.
Remember how I asked you about that rib buying that boat?
Yes.
Well, I never did it because I thought, it's 2.4 million. And at that point, I kind of lost a lot of money at that casino in the barrio. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit. I managed to buy one today for 440,000.
How?
Imran Don had it for sale. Well, funny story. We had a Polito that we couldn't get to today, earlier on in the shift. EMS went up there to collect a paycheck or something and then got on the radio and said, someone's left 8 gold bars in the Polito bank here.
Interesting.
So I went up and grabbed them. The DNA on it come back to Imran Dunn. And it was fresh. So this is like 30 minutes after it had been hit. So anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm going to phone him up and say, hey, you left your gold bars behind in the bank, just to let you know.
Uh-huh.
I was looking in the lemon list, and he had in there that he had a dinghy for sale. So I hit him up about that, and he said, I only paid 500K for it. So as long as I can get my money back, I'd be happy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I said, well, while I got you, I actually called you for, found 8 gold bars with your fingerprints on them at Polito. Are you missing anything? And he was quite upset that I since found out from the second Polito robbery we went to, that's like half of what they get from there. They usually get like around 16, 20 bars. So it's probably a substantial amount of money that they've lost. But yeah, anyway, I ended up getting the boat for 440. He said 500, and I said, you know what?
It's a good thing that you waited. That's
so
insane.
I've got like 450 or whatever, but it's going to run me pretty close to, not having money. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll do your deal. You can have 440. That way you can still get gas and food and stuff. But, I mean, obviously I've got like millions, but it worked. I ended up getting 440K. And it's actually, they're so good to drive. It makes the PD boat look like a tugboat. Yeah.
Good. Well, if you do need anything, let me know. Just a reminder, if you hear anyone providing, temporary sets of keys or whatever, just ensure that they know to double check their profile and remove the weapons license.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for 2 people for just yesterday, the day before. For Remy had 2 with the Natasha and Kylie Stokes, I think it was.
Let me see.
I can check those real quick because I think they've had them a couple of days.
Yes. Kylie has a weapons license. I will revoke that. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm not going to touch it yet because... actually, no, I will. I will remove it for now.
Yeah, the other one was Natasha... I can't remember the name.
Oh gosh, it was Bobby with Natasha. Oh, it's gonna piss me off. Hold
Do you know the
one
one
moment.
I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't remove them from them. They were still on around when I got off duty, so I've got state IDs. They're 1799 and 1508.
Russell, holy fuck. That's what it is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they have a weapons license as well.
So again, it gets tricky because if they have a civilian weapons license, it looks like this was SASM. Yes. SASM tag removed. I'm gonna remove it. Fuck it.
Yeah, so if we give someone temporary keys, if we just remove the weapons license straight away after we've given them keys, it should be good then, yeah?
I couldn't tell you because I don't know what actually prompts the issuing of the weapons license. And I say that because I provided Eve Summers a set of keys one time just so that we could test, and she never ended up getting issued the weapons license. But there's no here. The tricky part is there's no log. If you look at the history, the PD issued ones don't have a log. But then to make matters worse, if you are a PD officer, when you get issued a civilian weapons license, a clerk cannot actually issue it because you already have one. So there isn't a log of it being issued, and that's what makes this super tricky.
Yeah, it should be on their profile, though, yeah.
Should be, isn't
I
always.
think they put the... Yeah. No worries. Well, I'm going to get off duty.
All right, have a good one.
All right, catch you later.
Ka-chow. I miss ka-chow. And 122 profiles so far. This was a PD issued one. Weapons license granted. Good morning.
Hello. Are you mega busy?
No, what's up? What's up?
I have a bit of a concern about one of the PD tow people. Um, uh, Boston Robinson. Do you know of them?
I do not.
Right. Okay. Well, they're employed for shift one. I do remember, like ages ago, when I was in the corridor once, someone else brought him in while he was DOC. He wasn't signed in as DOC, and they just brought him in the building to the fridge. And I said, "You can't really be in here. You can't just let people in." So that was it. Nice guy. It's not like, whatever. Anyway, he's recently been hired to PD Tow, I think April. Now, I've just been standing in the lobby. He's walked in, right? He's walked in like, what would you call it? Dungarees, like no shirt underneath, all bare.
Yep.
And he's gone, all right. And I said, hello. He's signed on, gone round the corner. So I've clocked his blip, PD Tow, and I thought, okay, then, and it's Boston. And then I see his blip go into the cloakroom. So I thought, oh, he's getting changed to go on duty. And then about 5 minutes later, he's come out in different clothes, clocked off, and just run across Legion Square. So I don't know if he's actually using the. Yeah, so I just don't know what he's playing at. He didn't drive off. He ran, like he ran out of here and then ran down the stairs and went across Legion Square. And I just thought, what's going on there then? So yeah, just a bit of a concern, really.
I will wait. Why do they have a weapon registry report?
They was DOC.
Oh, DOC. Yes.
Yeah. But they was hired as PD Tow, by Walter Daniels.
Got it. Okay. I will do a bit of a background check in a bit because I'm currently. Do you remember the last sign-on thing that I actually was it you? Provided the whole like last sign-on, and we were looking for inactive people.
Yeah, I mean, I know Wednesday's asked you for it because we were discussing it
Yes,
the
I
other
need to
day
provide
'cause
it to
of
Wednesday.
the PD toe.
I do have it.
Oh, is that what you're working on?
Well, it's a two-part thing. The last one I did was only like a partial thing. I have, as of yesterday, I pulled everything from the beginning of this PD, including everyone who's been fired, because a lot of people don't realize this. When we hire people, they are sort of silently given a weapons license.
Yeah, I know.
And
That's
it's
what I
not
mean.
documented.
And this is what I was saying to Wednesday. I said, the thing is, I said, if we can see if like maybe Beric Johnson gave them one a while back or, you know, whatever. I said, but we can't see that one that just gently goes on. It just literally automatically
it just
gets
shows
on.
up. And then it gets even trickier because if we have an officer, me, for example,
Yeah.
I do not have an issued civilian weapons license. I've paid for one, but because the PD one was already there, a clerk cannot give me another one.
Right.
So if it's not documented on my profile properly, I'm fucked. But also sometimes people are given a temporary set of keys and people aren't realizing that they're silently being issued a weapons license in the background. And so I'm going through, there's 400 people. I'm probably through like 150 of them. Removing weapons licenses if they still have it, and there's no documentation of having been issued one, like a civilian one.
It's so annoying.
It's very messy.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, okay. The thing is, if you're going to leave the police force, then you would just go and get your own one. So I mean, that's not a big issue for people. I shouldn't imagine. You know, it's not like, why would you, if you've got one already? But the thing is, you need a civilian one. Otherwise, what if you wanted to get a gun outside the LSPD? You can't, because you can only use the issued one here in the armory.
Yep, 100%.
So, like I say, unless it's documented, and you know, on that Lucy and Evo that I flagged out, there's just like nothing on there about his weapons licenses or anything.
Yep.
And it happens
so I
often.
provided, I responded to that report if you want to take a look.
Yeah, no, I saw what you said. So yeah, I understand. You know,
that's actually what prompted me to look at this, because the roster stuff, like, and everyone's last sign on for PD, I was pulling just for us to identify inactive people, and like also specifically PD tow, dispatcher, stuff like that. Yeah. And then I was like, well, I might as well just add another column of weapons license removed.
I always flag up all these little nitpicky things.
But it's necessary.
But I can't help it.
It's necessary. And like,
I can't help
just out of an abundance of caution, like, I don't know if Lucian ever bought anything. So I texted him and said, hey, Lucian, this is Chief Police Matt Rhodes of the LSPD. Just a heads up, the weapons license on your profile was done in error as a result of our automated system issuing one. Long story short, it was issued when you were given a temporary set of keys in August by Sky. But I'm giving you this heads up in case you purchased any firearms, you will need to turn them in.
If they find him on him,
Because imagine the court case that would come of, well, I had it and I thought I had one, but, you know, then I was caught with the gun and I didn't know.
He's back around, you see. So, you know, if he thinks, oh, I've got this weapons license, he'll be all right. So the judges can't issue them another one if they've got one. I get that, but does it still go on in the active? Like, you know, if you press the little paper icon,
that's
so
the
it doesn't
thing.
even go there. So
correct.
Say, oh,
so
no, don't
I
worry.
verified with Vince Payne, who's a county clerk, because on my profile I have one, and that's the PD issued one.
Yeah.
I then have what's it called? I then asked him, because on my profiles, Eve Summers documented that I was issued one at the start of this year, and was like, do you even have the ability to add one? And he said, no, because you already have one, I can't.
Right. But they should document it in the
yes, it
body
should
of
be
the profile.
Exactly. Yes. So
and
I'm
also,
verifying all of that.
Shouldn't they send the person a documentation to say, I've given you a civilian's they should get a document.
They should, but I think that only comes with it being issued in the MDT. So if they can't do that, they're never even going to get that document.
Right. Is that an automated thing?
I believe so.
Ugh.
So that's
right. Okay.
I think what happens is when they are issued the weapons license, it's all done in the background and all connected. And so, but again, they won't get that if they had I mean, hell, assume you work at Department of Corrections. Same exact thing is going to happen. You get a job at DOC, you get that, automated background one, which also used to happen for EMS and judges, by the way. I don't know if it still does.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, I'm going to go get my civilian weapons license. And they won't ever get that documentation. It'll just be a note on their profile. Some notes are terrible. Some are civilians weapons license issued. No timestamp, no name, nothing.
I hate that. Honestly, some people's profiles make me want to. I can't sleep over it. There's nothing on there. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, and I think this person literally has no history. Yet I know of them, and I know everything they've done. And what gets me is like a lot of people, if they finish one job, I don't know who bloody does this, but they start another job and they onboard them and they do it, and they literally just delete everything else. Why do you delete the history? It's what the profile's for.
Yeah, no,
to
that's
see
stupid.
What they've done in the past. And I just say to people, can you just strike out? If you do want to get rid of it, please just strike through. You know, they get rid of everything previous, and it
I don't even care if it's a strike through and like slight scrolling to only keep the relevant stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be there somewhere so we can see what they've been up to. Doesn't matter how many times, but it really does bother me so much. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry to bring this to you, but I just can't help it. You know what I'm like once
You're good. You're good.
Right. So yeah, it's a concern that they can just clock in and get another one quick. You know what I mean? I mean,
do me a favor. Text me his state ID. Just so that once I'm done with this, I'll look at my phone and I will ensure that I double check to make sure they haven't accessed any lockers or anything to that extent, because all of that is
who do you want?
The Boston.
You want Boston?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay, because he's been DOC. I don't know what happened there. I mean, there's nothing. You know what I mean? There's.
Yeah.
I'll have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I appreciate that,
then.
Martha.
I'll pass you that.
Oh, tell you what, I will send what I have. I'm gonna create a copy, of the last sign-in stuff. And this is accurate as of last night. I will send it to you and Wednesday. Just in the event where you need to like have this, or if you're looking into something, or anything to that extent.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good girl to me. She'll give it to me anyway, and I give her.
Yeah, I'll just send it to both of you.
Yeah, okay then. And also that report that did go up from Carmine about the Lucy and Even.
Mm-hmm.
He was, as soon as I flagged it up with him and said, "Look, can you help me?" I said, "I don't want to take the license off, even though I can mechanically."
Right.
I said, "I'd rather just like, you know what I mean." And he's a captain. And of course he went off on one and said, "Oh, it's Ruby. I'm going to write a report and I'm going to sort that out and everything." And
it was already sorted. Carmine, I spoke with Carmine to give him the update, and he said, he pretty much said, "I'm pissed because I wanted to have something over Ruby."
I know he did, and I just said to him, "You're such a little minge bag. Why'd you have to be like this? All I done was ask for help." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, typical Carmine stuff.
Yeah, I know. And then because I kicked up a fuss and he knew I wasn't happy that he was trying to make drama out of it, then goes to Wednesday and asks if she can drag up a load of other stuff about Ruby. I mean, for God's sake. So I just, I texted him and I said, "I hear you've been trying to," do you know what I mean? He's a right little git. He is.
I mean, let's be honest. Carmine has always been the person when mom says no, goes and asks dad the exact same thing.
Oh, exactly. But I mean, he said, "I just want to do it because I know if it was me, they would do it to me." I said, "Yeah, okay. All right, But I mean, he did try and help me, though. He's a good boy, for that. He was helping me out. But,
typical Carmine stuff. This is expected of Carmine.
Yes, I know. But I did call him back and tell him what I'd learnt about stuff and just said, heads up, don't, it could be this and it could be that. So at least he knows that now.
Yeah, thankfully, it is resolved, thankfully.
Yeah. But then he sent me a gif of a massive kind of llama thing with big teeth and said that was me. But that's the payback for all the ones I send of him and say that's you. So.
What you sent him stuff like that?
Yeah. All the time.
Well,
I'll send him a picture that looks like him and say that's you. That is.
I have him in my contact list as Carmine Cunt, and I say that very specifically with emphasis on the T, because it is literally CUN and then capital T.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's Carmine.
Well, he said to me he was hungry today. I said, "Look, I've gone down and I've made some food and I'll give it to you." I said, "But I don't want you throwing it again, because last time I gave him fish and chips, he threw it up the walls in the hospital."
Huh?
So, yes, he did. Cups of tea and everything, Cup of tea. cup of tea. That's British, that is. So that's racist, that is what he done. So anyway, we got over that, and then today he was hungry, and I said, "Okay, then I'll give you this food." I said, "But I feel like you're going to throw it. I feel like you won't be able to help yourself." And he goes, "No, no, I'm hungry. I'll have it." Then he got in the car and threw a cup of tea at me out the window again. So you know,
I
most of
mean,
the messages
utilizing that logic, I could charge him with littering.
No, I'd picked it up by then because someone was going to do it, and they said, "Oh no." But I think, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter really. I'm never going to feed him again. That's all. I'm never going to feed him again.
That's
ever.
valid.
He'll just have to starve to death. But yeah, no. Most of our text messages are kind of like that, really. And I mean, when he threw my tea and that up the wall, I just sent him a message saying "knob." So. Because that's what.
I mean, I'm just saying he's looking for any opportunity. If that had been Ruby throwing that, she'd have a littering charge.
Exactly. She'd be under a firing squad. That's what he does
true.
to her. She would be, you know what I mean? We never see her again. It'll be a bloody nightmare. But yeah, so yeah, he's done that. But I tell you what, as well though, he did say to me, "Can you please just like?" He asked me to use my little list and get him everything to do with the paradise and stuff because of all the targeting. So I gave him a few little bits, not much, because obviously I'm in shift 1 and 3, and they sort of operate in shift 2 mostly. But at least he asked me, you know what I mean? So
right.
He does, yeah. So it was nice, even though he threw my tea after that. I wouldn't have done anything for him if I'd have known. Yeah. But anyway, right, okay. So if you can, I think if we just keep an eye on this Boston, because he was only enrolled PD Toe. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's very odd for him to do any of that.
It's funny, you know, just to come in and say hello, just to get changed and just run off across the Legion Square. He didn't go to work. So if he's just going to come in and use the cloakroom, across the road, within a few meters, there is an actual shop. Know what I mean?
Literally a block down the road, there's a clothing store.
I can literally see it from the front of the lobby. So, but he chose not to go there and come here instead. So I just thought he was getting changed into his like PD toe clothes, but he weren't. So he just ran.
I mean, maybe he had a change of heart or something.
Yeah. I mean,
either way, I'm still going to do that background check. Which again, don't forget to text me his state ID just so that prompts that mental note.
Yeah, I mean, I've come in before and got changed and then thought, no, I ain't feeling it. So maybe he felt like that. You know, you never know, do you?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this is a matter, in my opinion, of, I'll do the background check, ensure that nothing was purchased or whatever. Yeah. If there's nothing, that was improperly accessed, then we assume it's, best case scenario.
In the cloakroom today, because I did watch, because I've had it before where I've kind of kept an eye on the new ones to see if they're going in the armory for like lengthy amount of time and stuff. But yeah, he just went in the cloakroom from what I can see, but then he ran out, so I don't know where he went after that. I'm pretty sure he'd know that we would know if he's bought anything. So I don't think he would be.
A lot of people are stupid, Martha. A lot of people are stupid.
I know. But anyway, I'll give you that. Maybe it's just a case of keeping an eye on him, But I don't know. Are you able to find out when he's clocked in, if he's actually done any work since he was... Do you know what I mean?
Yes and no. It's a bit finicky. It's finicky in the sense of every time someone signs on duty, it is documented. However... If someone doesn't clock off duty before, heading home for the night, or if they are on duty at the time when the storm rolls through, there's no documented clocking off. So determining the time that someone is on duty becomes difficult. You know how some people take a little nap in the locker room?
But even if it was more than 5 minutes, this is what I'm saying.
I get what
you're saying.
It
looks like they've been sitting there for 10 minutes or, whatever's.
Yep.
So, right, okay, then that was it, really. There's nothing else to tell you.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I appreciate you, Martha, and I will forward this to you, and feel free to do whatever you'd like.
I'll give that. I did tell Wednesday today. I said to her, I said, I've been here for a long time. I said, and I've got to tell you, I said, you're the best dispatcher I've ever known. She's so fucking wonderful.
I appreciate Wednesday so much, and I heard Roy in Shift 2 is pretty much the Shift 2 Wednesday.
Yeah, we're so lucky. And you know what? I think these two walked in like they are. They walked in amazing. So it's what a bonus. And I feel like when I'm talking to her, she knows what I'm talking about when we're
Yeah,
discussing paperwork and
she
shit.
is
Yeah.
so fucking good across the board.
Yeah. So I feel like, that's a winner. Absolutely.
Agreed.
What a little angel. Right. Okay, then. I'll see you later then.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
All right. Bye then. Bye.
Weapons license issued. He's listed as a state marshal still. Yeah, he is. Is it bad that I immediately was like, who's texting me? Forgetting that I told Martha to text us? All right, 169 profiles so far. How many more to go? I think there was almost 400 exact in total. Weapons license removed from DOC. Civilian weapons license issued, so they are good. I don't know what song that was, but... I gotta lie, this reminds me of, like, Eden. I haven't listened to Eden in a while. Weapons license issued. Perfect. $192. Deceased. How insensitive of me. We're listening to Eden. He's removed. Deceased. Dead people don't have licenses. DOC still? Reissued. We are now more than halfway. Mm-mm-mm. Weapons license issued. Right along, hiring keys taken. Wanted. Miss Magnus. If we don't get interrupted, it shouldn't take too long. Deceased. Dead people don't have rights. MDT is getting a little slow. Might be worth resetting. Oh. I don't think profiles are loading. I can't even type here. What if there's notes about a civilian weapons license? I'm gonna lose it. I'm getting a drink. BRB. I'm back. I feel like Ollie has a weapons license. Yeah, like it just. Let me just Check some of these. Ah. The song ending that way is criminal. Also, how do we end up? Wait, did we? I don't know if we listened to this. Weapons license. Granted. Hmm. Hmm. Nino Chavez. Bar license. Fixed wing and pilot. Business license. First language, Japanese. I do remember that. um. Fuck it. We'll just type this manually. And you know. Heads up, for the weapons license displayed on your Why? Oh, it's shuffling. Oh, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay. 250 chat. Well, 257. We are approaching 314. They're on duty in August, so they got re-whitelisted sometime after. Parkstone employee. Oh, wait. I think we're about to get a string of Darkstone employees based on state IDs. Hold on. Oh, no profile? No profile? No profile? Profile. Ah, 120 more chat. Civilian weapons license issued. Okay. Turner. Well, okay, he's good. It doesn't specifically state. Jim Hastings. I can't believe it. Betty's man. License issued. This is an art. Article 6 license and does not cover off-duty. Okay. Removed from... I'm so confused. Last on duty was September. So I'm assuming she got rehired after? Because, hold on. Oh wait, maybe it was a ride along. Whoops. We're in the 300s. Marshall. More profiles without a weapons license, the easier this becomes. Oh, Marshall. Just double check. Hmm. 320. We're at 320. Hmm. Do Miss Spectre. Wonder why he threw. What am I looking at? Isn't license misspelled here? Weapons license. Perfect. Profile so big. You know what? Licenses. Removed from PD. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that that one's okay. Is there something in his profile that's causing that? Nothing else does this. Weapons license. I can see the end. Bill Mays. No. You know what? That one was issued. I'm not touching it. Dead people don't have rights except Bill. We killed them. He was removed? Oh. Awkward. Chat, I wish I could read chat while simultaneously doing this, but it's a lot of comparing information. Removed, hired a marshals. PCSO. $359. It's happening. Weapons license issued May 2nd. Weapons license granted 1014. Hey. We're almost done. We're almost done. $377. $612. All right. Dude, we're good. I see the end. Weapons license. Weapons license. Last few chat. DOC onboarding, PD onboarding. Well, their whitelist was removed the 25th. I'm confused. Are they hired or what? Let me check the roster. Clementine is listed as a roster, or on the roster. Unless they just got rehired. Let me check the onboarding channel. Yup, literally 1:30 in the morning. They were given tags. Okay, we're good. They've been rehired. Last one. The 400th search. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. There's a few I need to revisit. I mean, no profile. I'm just marking it. This is valid. Barely. Weapons license valid. They couldn't issue a double. uh, Civilian weapons license clear. Civilian weapons license clear. Issued clear. We're good. Okay. All right. Exactly 400 profiles of removed people. At DOJ. Please don't hate me, but reference the above. Anybody who had civilian in their profile notes and any weapons any profiles that had weapons license pros that had a weapons license with no issuance log and no documentation in their profile had them removed. Hi, Martha.
Sorry, I have a Michael Stargo in the lobby. I've had a look at his profile. He doesn't look like anything major's happened to him, but he says he's paid all his bills in his house, but his house seems to be locked down, and he hasn't had any kind of raid receipts or anything. That's what he said to me. What shall I do with him?
Hold on. One moment. Let me search.
I wouldn't know where to look to see all that, the intricate bits of it. But he's in the lobby and he's a bit confused. He said he's paid all his bills.
Okay, what is it? The East Mirror Drive 2 property?
I don't know. I can ask him.
Yes, if you could.
Yeah. Okay.
And then let me know if that's the one. I'll take a look at if we've locked anything.
East Mirror Drive 2, you said?
Yes, East Mirror Drive 2.
Okay. All right then. Bye now.
Who locked this down? 13904. Flores. I don't know if that was done in error. Locked down and then typo estate ID? What was the other property? Calfia Road 19. Or Calafia. 19. Eliza. 15710 versus Fargo. Oh, there's no typo. No potential typo. 8446. They were locked back to back. Put on lockdown. sends email to the director. Actually, cargo. I copy that. On Mirror Park, East Mirror Drive 2. Checking our this property, this property. And this one. We're on May 5th at 11:07. Was it Flores for all of them? It was. Let me just double check, make sure Brian is not around. Roads. All right.
There was like a change or something like that in the legislation. Maybe that was it, but we weren't really sure.
Yeah. Right,
Hello.
here you go then. I'll
Oh,
leave
hi
you.
there. How's
Hey,
it going?
There you
I'm
are.
okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Well, my house is locked down. I just wasn't
Hello,
not
can I help
completely
you?
sure why, because I was able to pay the bills. I didn't have a raid receipt or anything like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not have an answer for you, but I
Okay.
should shortly. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It may take some time.
Yeah,
But as soon as I have that answer, I will let you know. The answer
that'd
could
be
be
great. Just,
in a few minutes. It could be hours. I'm not certain.
okay,
But
that's, yeah.
again, as soon as I do, I will let you know. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
What's your state ID?
It'd be 8446.
8446.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of went through all the, did I pay my bills? Because I forgot them before, and okay, bills are paid. Bills were paid before. Raid receipts, anything like that, nothing. So just trying to figure out what's going on.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
Let's see. All right. I'm just confirming that there isn't any sort of like back end issues. My hope is that again I'll have an answer for you shortly. Is your phone number the one that ends in 7623?
No, I lost that one
Okay.
quite a bit ago. I can get you another one though.
If you wouldn't mind. Also, are you aware that McIrish has had your ID and has previously attempted to claim to be you, and in fact, are you aware that the profile picture is very likely Irish and not? Yes.
I don't really look at my. I just looked at it to double check that was the property, and I didn't even look at the picture. That's definitely not me. No. Okay.
Yeah. He's presented that ID to me, and I knew it was him and not you.
Yeah.
Are you okay if I take a photo of you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have your ID with you?
I can get you my phone. Oh, actually, I might have it on me. Is it okay if I give you on the phone?
Yeah, that works.
Certificate?
That works.
Yeah. Let's see. Documents, right? Licenses. Drivers. There we go. I don't know. I guess I don't really look at my. Did you get that?
Perfect. I did. Yes.
Okay. I don't
okay.
Really look at my own MDT
Do me a favor. Take your glasses off, and I'll get you an appropriate photo.
Amazing. Thank you so much, because that's definitely not me.
Just a second.
Okay. Good. That is interesting. I wonder how long.
Okay,
it's been like
resolved. At least 3 months.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I've never been like it stopped and pulled over maybe in that time or something, but jeez.
Did you lose your identification card? Because he was definitely in possession of it. He flashed it.
It might have been. Maybe somebody took it off. During like I get taken hostage every so often. Maybe it got kind of lifted and I didn't notice.
Yeah. It's funny that it's. I meant to call you a while ago. Not that it would have worked because I wouldn't have had your, proper phone number. Or previously had Michael's ID. But just to clarify, you haven't. It was not a 2026 expiration ID, if I recall correctly. So I don't even know if it's valid anymore.
Geez.
You haven't lost a 2026 ID, correct?
I may have at some point, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. I'm a little scatterbrained.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right. So your picture has been updated. I will actually. Was it the number that ends in 0612?
Yes, 0612.
Give me a second. There we are. If I'm unable to provide you the answer, I will forward your number to whoever can. Okay. And again, I will make sure that they inform you, if the property is being unlocked or whatever the scenario is, because I don't have context, but I am reaching out to whoever may.
Yeah, I was worried. I thought, okay, maybe it's forgot to pay the bills, which has happened in the past. I've had the house for a while now. It's like, I'll just pay them real quick and it's unlocked. And I went out of town for probably a week and a half ish, but I was sure to pay them before. So I was like, well, that's not it. Came around yesterday, paid them just to double check. I mean, they were there again. I guess it had rolled over to the next month, and it was still locked, which is why I kind of jumped to, okay, well, maybe something happened, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think as
random
of maybe
question.
4 days ago. Yeah.
How long have you had the property?
Ooh, just since 2024, a long time ago, maybe the middle of the
Oh
year.
gosh, that's when, if you were late on your payment, the state changed the locks, and that's when everyone was very tight on money. And if it was temporary, yeah, if it got temporary locked, when it got unlocked, it had a new set of keys, so you had to buy a new lock and then provide new keys to everyone who lived there.
I think back then I was pretty stringent on it. After, you know, a year or so after, I'd been like, okay, they'd lock it down and you'd have to pay him, and then it would unlock. But
I will say, definitely be mindful of late payments. Not that I don't believe that that's involved in this scenario. However, I don't know exactly what the timing is, but I'm pretty sure it's considerably lower before a property will. Yeah, it's something crazy before you could potentially lose the property. So just certainly be mindful of that, because it would suck to lose your property.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah. I that's what I was worried about. That was like a new legislation. It said after so much time, you got to go to do a review. And I don't mind talking to you, like a judge or justice, say, hey, you know, I live in the city. I'm around every couple days. So
Right.
But yeah, okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that was great. That kind of.
All right. Hopefully this is, you know, this was a okay, I don't exactly know what has happened, but I will say with prior property lockdowns there was an issue, and again, I'm not stating that this is the issue, but just for some context regarding whether or not this was done, you know, with malice or whatever. At the courthouse, we have the ability to lock down properties via state ID. This gets tricky, though, because sometimes if someone is on the panel of your property and we lock down via state ID, the state knows what panels you're on, but we don't. And it will lock down a property of someone who has panel access. If
that might have. Okay.
So again, I don't believe this was something done in malice, but it could have just been an oversight.
I mean, speaking openly, that, like, off the top of my head, that could be possible. That maybe somebody that's on the panel, like, because they're connected to it. If that's how it works, you know, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I will say
you know, they get a little crazy. But,
yeah, we've provided directive to ensure that people are not locking down via state ID and instead are doing it manually to avoid that issue, because it's actually way worse than you possibly think. Listen, I have no problems explaining it to you. It doesn't just lock all the properties down; it's flipping the state that it's currently in. So let me give you a hypothetical. I lock down all of your properties via state ID, right? And then your friend who also resides there, let's say you guys robbed a bank, just as a hypothetical, and we saw you go into 2 different properties, lock all your properties down via state ID. Then your friend is getting all of their stuff locked down via state ID. Because it's sort of just flipping the current, you know, lockdown state, when we do it to your friend, any overlapping properties between the two of you get unlocked, which is why we don't use it. Very bad.
I've in the past, there has been a situation where a property I was renting out, it was raided and I was alerted, and, you know, all that stuff happened and it was dealt with. But that's why I was unsure if it was something like that. But okay, that does sound bad.
Yeah.
Is it something just before I waste somebody else's time with it, is it something worth, you know, talking to judge or justice? Maybe it has to do with legislation, or
no, this wouldn't be anything to do with legislation. Again, could have been just an oversight if it was a matter of locking down via state ID. And I'm being frank with you, up until about maybe 6 months ago at most, the PD actually had zero idea that when locking down via state ID, it was also doing properties that they had panel access to, not just ownership. And the reason we found out is because we would get random people approaching like, hey, my property's locked down. What the fuck's going on? Like, give me an answer. I'm going to be suing you guys. The state never provided the PD, directive. Additionally, we have no means of verifying what properties someone has access to. There literally is no way for us to know if someone's on a panel of a property. So Yeah, we literally found out incidentally just because property owners would approach us and be like, hey, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but my property's locked down. And I'm sure that they would attempt to wait it out, but the reality is, like, again, that whole overlapping situation resulted in it was messy. It was messy, and hopefully we don't have to ever deal with it again. Or if we do, it's at a drastically lower rate. But yeah, I will ensure, actually, I'm going to hopefully email the appropriate party your phone number. That way, because I'm not, oh, fuck, the storm.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to be around after the storm, just a heads up, but you will be contacted.
Thank you for all your help.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
Michael Stargo. 420-209 0612. All right. A variety or short stream? No, it's gonna be a short stream day. Where all we did was look at the MDT and then resolve a few issues here and there. Raid Neve? Is Neve live? She is. Perfect. Chat, thank y'all so much for all love and support. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for the follows, host, raids, bits, donation subs, get subs, free subs. I say this each and every time. I genuinely cannot have asked a better community to be built around those channels. Thank y'all for being absolutely amazing. All right. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Curvyelephant. Join the Discord, discord.gg/Curvyelephant. And if you enjoyed what you saw today, drop me a follow on Twitch. But yeah, chat. I'm dipping for now.